8 countries. Recently I was in South Africa. We met guys from Mozambique and Angola. Of course they speak Portuguese, but they said they would want to join because, I mean, English is very universal, and the guys we met there were English speaking. They said we want to be part of the bigger picture. At the Southern Land Association, we are pushing what we call the Farm to Fork Initiative, or the cold chain management system, where we want to establish a very fluent and flawless refrigeration and air conditioning system, especially in terms of food storage. Because the greatest challenge we have in Sub-Saharan Africa is not that we don't produce enough. Even when you hear that we have hunger starvation in certain parts, it's not that we don't produce enough in terms of fresh produce, but it's because we lack what we call proper post-harvest facilities. For those from around the year, I don't want to go very far. You look at Nyanyazi, those who've been to Nyanyazi, you've seen that in November, December, January, there were a lot of sick people. Where do they go? Do you think they eat all those mangoes? If we had ways to preserve them, we could have mangoes probably right throughout the year, or probably until July, August, thereabout, because we then need to study the shelf life of those mangoes to see which temperature do they thrive in for the longevity of their shelf life. So we are looking into that as such a drug. We have a concept that we call a good bed apple, which we were selling at the recent exhibition where I was in South Africa at Refrigeration, I think from the 4th to the 6th of June. The good bed apple is teaching even housewives, our own wives, our own sisters and our mothers, to say when you get into a shop, you find a bed apple, it's okay for you to pick the fresh one. But if you ask yourself the question, what made this one go bad? Because remember, they might have been picked under the same conditions. Because refrigeration doesn't work miracles. If you pick a bad apple, it will still remain a bad apple under controlled temperature. So you need to look at that correctly, because they say microbiomes, I think for those who are more into science, they even multiply more. You can put them under refrigerated conditions and they will become what? They hibernate for a while. But then the moment you take them out, they will start multiplying even more. So it's even more dangerous to refrigerate something that is already dead. Because by the time you take it out, they will multiply, you know, something that was suppressed for a while. It will actually be wild. So we've been talking with the farmers as well. To say, farmers, you need to understand your products or your crops. Those that require refrigeration, you need to pick them at the right time. You just don't pick them willingly like that and like, no, my tomatoes now, they are redder than red, then you pick them. Obviously, they're not going to last longer when you take them to the shops. So this is again for the farmers. Then there is for the business owners. We require that they should have efficient HVAC systems that work efficiently so that you can keep your customers. I know, for instance, in my neighborhood, there's a butcher that used to sell semi-bad meat. By the time you go to the households, it would go bad. So eventually, because they know they sell bad meat. So what they did is they fought that business to near closure until they fixed the refrigeration system that they had. So it works both ways.
Celebration recognizes the critical role that refrigeration, air conditioning, and heat pump technology play in modern life and sustainable development. These technologies, often taken for granted, are integral to modern society, touching nearly every aspect of our daily routines and contributing to advancements in various sectors. Ladies and gentlemen, the World Refrigeration Day 2025 theme is Co-Carriers for a Better World, celebrating cool skills. It is not only timely, but highly relevant to our national context. It speaks directly to urgent need to promote vocational excellence, environmental stewardship, and youth empowerment, all of which are key pillars in our national development agenda, as driven by our President, His Excellency Dr. Edwin Nangaba. The refrigeration and air conditioning sector touches every aspect of our lives, from food preservation, vaccine storage, and comfort cooling, to industrial production and data center management. In a province like Manicaland, known for its agro-industrial potential, refrigeration systems are vital for value addition and food security. Yet, this sector is often overlooked and its professionals underappreciated. Today we correct that by celebrating the skilled men and women who keep our systems running efficiently and sustainably. Under the leadership of His Excellency, the President Dr. E.D. Nagaba, our country continues to march forward, guided by Vision 2030, to become a prosperous and empowered upper middle income by 2030. Central to this vision is the promotion of science, technology, innovation, and skills development. The National Development Strategy 1 identifies the importance of human capital development, industrialization, and environmental protection. Events like today reinforce this national vision by encouraging young people to pursue technical careers in heating, ventilation, air conditioning, and refrigeration, supporting the professionalization and certification of technicians, and creating employment and entrepreneurship opportunities in green technology sits well into the NDS1 thematic pillar on human capital development. I therefore applaud the Heating, Ventilation, Energy, Air Conditioning and Refrigeration Association of Zimbabwe for their efforts in advocating for skilled professionalism and environmental compliance in this industry.
Also, that depletion units kakana target summer refrigerants when in our atmosphere. Also, it was transported by wind, ownership amounts in stratosphere, and stratosphere also there. Saka yote appropriate ya kukanganisa pasrose nikati pasrose batasi tachipomerano chinonzi Montreal Protocol on substances that deplete the ozone layer. Yakaitwa hiyo na 1987 ku Canada. Saka ndo yakati patinenge tichishandisa masubstance aya ngatareplace neasinga destroy ozone. Saka zvadaro futi pakazoonekwa kuti climate iri kuchinja. Saka masubstance aya kune amwe achangataurwa zvekuthermal power production, but kune anoshandiswa murefrigeration, ma-CFCs nema-HCFCs newo ma-HFCs ari kukonzera futi global warming. Saka pakazoitwa chibvumirano chinonzi United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change yakaitwa kunonzi kuBrazil gore ra1992. Saka ndo iri kubata zvese zvekuti hatifaniri kunge tichiregedza magasi achienda mudenga anozokonzera climate. Saka nekufamba kwenguva pakazongonzi zvinhu zvatiri kushandisa izvi hatichitsvakai zvisingakuvaradzi ozone and at the same time zvisingakonzere global warming. Ndo pakazoonekwa kuti magasi anonzi mahydrocarbons ambotaurwa aya anonzi R600 kana vice principal vaitaurwa R600A. Gasi iroro ndo raakushanda mumaunits mazhinji emadomestic appliances aya. Koita rimwe rinonzi R290 raakushanda mumacommercials neama-aircon. Saka magasi vaya ndo ataakushanda.
Inonzi Liberty Maradzikwa, I'm a technician at Mutare town. Nhasi is World Refrigeration Day. Tadzidza kuti we have to use magases edu zviri friendly. Pane mamwe magases anokonzeresa global warming potential and ozone layer depletion. So we are moving to those refrigerants kuenda kune HC refrigerants like R600 ari ozone friendly, and then ndo magases atakushandisa yaya and are very flammable. So tadzidza kuti tomashandisa sei so that haana any danger.